I'm in conversation now with Kganki Matabane. He's the CEO at the Black Business Council. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. So, of course, there's a big discussion that's happening right now around VAT. It was a real shocker when we learned that there was, a consideration of placing a further 2 percentage point increase on VAT. I suppose there had been no prior conversation about it. It was rejected by some GNU members, and they've gone back to the drawing board. It looks as though the finance minister still wants to raise VAT to some degree, but obviously not the 2 percentage point. No matter what does transpire, what are your thoughts around VAT and how that would impact on consumer demand and ultimately on business?
Thank you very much for hosting us at the Budget 2.0. we are hopeful it will happen. We are very worried about any increase of VAT, and as the Black Business Council, we won't support that type of increase because it will affect not only consumers, but it will affect small businesses and black businesses. Because remember, majority of the small businesses are not registered for VAT, so they can't claim it back from SARS. So they have to then increase their costs, which then will render them uncompetitive, and they may end up having to close shop, and that will then increase unemployment and it will exacerbate the challenges that we have in South Africa. So when you're running a business, your own business, is either you increase the revenue, which is the income, or we reduce expenditure. We don't have much room in terms of increasing income or revenue. Maybe we can move the company's tax from 27% to 28%, because it was moved to 27% to encourage investment in South Africa, but we haven't seen those investments in the past 10 years or so. But the other issue is to cut the costs. For example, who will miss the deputy ministers if they are not there? I don't think we need the deputy ministers. They don't even act when the ministers are not there. So why do you have them there? So we need to look at substantive costs and cut those costs while we are working towards increasing, growing the economy, because the only long-term sustainable solution for this problem that we're having in South Africa is to increase the pie, or to grow the economy. Because if you grow the economy, you increase in the number of taxpayers who are individuals, you increase in the number of taxpayers who are companies, and the pie will just increase. But we are focusing mainly on the wrong things. You can't borrow ourselves out of this challenge. And we do have a serious poverty, hence we've got the grants. But we need to balance the grants with what we call productive initiatives, like funding small businesses. Because if you fund small businesses, they grow, they thrive, they hire people, they reduce them. They take some of the people who are on social grants and employ them. Those people pay taxes, and you grow the economy that way. Yeah.
What are your thoughts about, people talk about illicit flows, which is more, I guess, an international concept, but they also talk about parts of our economy, the informal economy, where there are people who actually make quite a ton of money, but they don't declare their taxes and so on. Yeah. What do you think government needs to do to bring those kinds of people on board, those kinds of businesses on board, so that they're also paying taxes? I mean, we've seen it recently with, trying to get spaza shop owners to get onto the system so that they're in the formal system, so that when they make money, they pay their dues. How do you think government can bring that area of finances into the mix?
Yeah, you do it the way the SARS commissioner proposed, by strengthening SARS. Because once SARS is strengthened, it's got enough capacity, they can then do a comprehensive job. At the moment, because they don't have enough capacity, they only select where they think they can get more money. So complicated things like illicit financial transactions, they need specialist capacity. And if SARS doesn't have enough of that, what do they do? So we support the commissioner to say, let's strengthen SARS. Once we strengthen SARS, it will be able to resolve all these other issues. Then the revenue of the country will increase without actually increasing any tax or increasing VAT in particular.
All right, Kganki, thank you so much for speaking to us, and all the very best for today. That was Kganki Matabane. He's the CEO of the Black Business Council.